Hey everybody, how you doing today? I got one thing to show you that I picked up. I think it's going to be a great investment. That I've purchased similar things of this before, but this is the most expensive Pokemon card I've ever purchased. And it's in here. You're guessing it's a Charizard, you guessed right. And here it is. I paid $8,519 July of 2021. This is the No Rarity version. First Charizards ever made. For those of you that don't know what these are the first Charizards ever made. No dispute, no doubt. They made these for a couple weeks. They made all the Pokemon in Japan for a couple weeks. They did not have any rarity symbols down here. That means no star, no square, no circle. So these are the first Charizards ever made, and because of that, they go for a ton of money. Because they only made them for a couple weeks. So you imagine how many cards they printed out in a couple weeks. That's all that are out there. So I equate these to like Magic's alpha cards. And they're just going to keep going up in value. I keep getting outbid on these in the $7,000 to $8,000 range, but luckily I got one. I'm shocked that I actually got one for. It was less than $8,000, but with tax and everything, it's $85.19 with tax and shipping. So here's what it looks like. Here's the ratings. It's basically a solid 8. You know. I'm glad there was no 7s on there. So this is what it looks like. It's better just do it that way, I guess. So, you know, it's not perfect because it's an 8, but it's a nice 8. There's no glaring marks on it that, you know, you would question the grade. The worst part is that little corner there. That's the worst of it. For playing cards, you know, that's not too bad. You know, these are not like playing cards are not like sports cards where people never touch them and they put them in plastic as soon as they get them out. The playing cards were meant to play with. So in the beginning of Magic and Pokemon, people play with them a little bit. So it's hard to find like mint copies of things like a Charizard. These, you know, people wanted to play with this card because it was very popular. So it's hard finding, you know, super mint condition cards from a long time ago because people had no idea that these cards would be worth this much in the future. I mean, I had no idea. I thought maybe Pokemon might be a fad, you know, like Beanie Babies or something like that. So anyway, once again, this is what it looks like. I'll hold it still there for a second. Some glare coming in from the window. Let me close it, see if that's any better. Yeah, that's a little better. No, well, maybe there's some glare still from the overhead light. Anyway, so it looks like. Here's the back. The back's good condition too. I mean, there's a little mark there, little one there. It's not perfect. It's not a 9. You got to get in the perfect realm. You got to be like a 9 or higher, maybe an 8.5 with maybe 1 or 2 little marks. Sometimes you get something like that. But go look on eBay how much 8s are. You know, and then go look at 9s. I think a 9 sold the other day for $60,000. Like, there's no way I'm paying $60,000 for a you know, a card, you know, Charizard. Even if it's no rarity and it's a 9. Maybe I pay for a 10, you know? Something that was like, it'd be such a no-brainer that you would do, but nobody's going to sell you a 10. You can find a Beckett 10. You might find a PSA 10, but nobody's going to sell it to you. You have to wonder if it's really a fake, you know? I just can't believe, see, this is what happens. This person, this has got zeros in it. That means it's probably an old grade. So this person never put this card probably in these plastic things. So the plastic has some scuffs on it, you know. Where did I see some scuffs? So if you ever grade cards, you know, spend $3 and buy 100 of these and put these in to keep the case nice, you know. It It just shocks me how many of these people do not put their it got shipped to me this way from the PWC, whatever they're called. Like, seriously, you know, you're a giant company and you're too cheap to put these in these to ship them. So they, you know, they packaged it nice, but like, you think they'd be putting all their slabs in this, you know, to keep them a little bit better condition. But no, they don't. You know, like, seriously, you guys are making a ton of money. You know, and I think they really do have people that bid their stuff up. It's called shill bidding. There's nothing you can do about it. You can still get deals from them. I bought many cards from them because a lot of times they're the only place that has stuff at a reasonable price for auction. Because right now, I paid $8,500 for this, right? So if you go on eBay, you're going to see this card similar to this, and they're going to start at like $18,000 and go up. If you want to buy one that's not an auction. So that means people... the worth of these cards are double what I paid for this. And that's a good rule of thumb. If you're bidding on something, usually whatever you're bidding on is probably worth double than what you're going to bid on it. You know, and that's why people, you know, go bid in auctions, because they can get things even cheaper. You know, and this is a high demand item. You know, I'm surprised that it, you know, didn't go into the $10,000 range, you know, and not really be half of $18,000. I mean, these cards are worth in over $10,000. You know, I would never sell this for under $10,000. In fact, months ago when I bought my 5 or 6, whatever it was, because I got about maybe 10 of these now, because I've been collecting them and investing in more of them. He had an 8, and I bought his like 5 or 6 or 6.5, whatever I bought off him. He had an 8. And he was not willing to sell it for under $18,000. And that was months ago. Now, the Pokemon market went down a little bit, but, you know, it's like a little roller coaster. That's another thing, too. Don't even worry about Pokemon. If you are investing in a Pokemon, don't worry about the market going down a little bit, because it's going to shoot right back up. Any price drops that you see is a good buying opportunity. Like I told you in my other videos, it's good to buy, you know, some like Vivid Voltage or something like that before the price starts to go back up. You be watching this video now. If you can get Vivid Voltage for like $135 a box with shipping and tax, you know, a year from now that's going to be $270 or $300 or even $400. You watch, it's going to go up so fast. And don't believe anybody that says Pokemon is the prices are going to go down, because they're lying. See the scratches right here I was talking about? There they are. That's in the case. So it sucks, because, you know, it'd be nice if that was clear. But and out of all the cases that I've seen, you know, that I've purchased, this isn't not a bad one. I just wish it was better, because it's such an expensive card, you know. Anyway, if you look at cards, I always say look at eye appeal first. And this has good eye appeal, so it also makes it a worthwhile investment. I would rather have the front face better than the back face, because people are going to look at the front face. They're not going to go, ooh, wow, look at that card, because all the backs are the same. No, they want to see the front. So the front, in my opinion, is always way more important. And it seems to me, a lot of the cards that I've been seeing, the front of these Pokemon cards seems to be in much better condition than the back, because that's what's on the table that slides around like this, right? Which is good. So, anyway, I just want to show you this major investment that I just purchased. So, I'm not going to be buying anything for a couple weeks or maybe a month. You know, any big things. I got some tins and stuff coming in that I got off of Paladin Cards. And I bought some other stuff. I bought a little bit more. I got a good deal on some Portuguese Diamond and Pearl booster boxes. So I'm going to do a video on that. I bought some stuff that's already been paid for, because after I spent this, I'm out of investment money, because it takes a long time to save that much money. Anyway, give me a like. And, you know, I was talking to my daughter about this card. I showed it to her. You know, she's a big Pokemon fan, the video games more than the cards. But I showed her this 8, and then I showed her the 7.5 that I did a video a couple months ago. That was my biggest purchase until this one, because the 8 cost more than the 7.5. The 7.5 is perfect condition, except it's not centered. the centering is like a 7.5 or 7, something low, right? Everything else is really high. It's a perfect card. And she said to me that she would rather own the 7.5 because it's more perfect, even though it's not centered, than the 8. So put in your comments there, which would you rather own? If they were very similar in price, would you rather purchase the 7.5 or the 8? I'd like to hear what your comments are. Talk to you later. Give me a like.